what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rise. We're back here at the OG filming location because guess what? I got the OG of small pickup trucks. This is it. This is a 2022 Toyota TRD Pro Tacoma. But before we get into this bright green, it's called electric lime green colored TRD Pro, let's talk about what's going on here. Toyota. When it comes to pickup trucks, you can have it two different ways. You could have it full-size Tundra or smaller mid-size Tacoma. Now, once upon a time, Tacoma used to be part of a truck class called the compact truck. That was the smallest. They've grown in size, and hence the new category name known as mid-size. Now, in this mid-size category, it's hot and heavy. You got the Nissan Frontier. You got the Chevrolet Colorado, the GMC Canyon. Of course, you have the Ford Ranger and one of these Tacomas. Now, TRD Pro always means something special to Toyota. Not only do each year do they come out with new colors, which this is the official TRD color for 2022, like I said, called electric lime, but they're also bringing extra off-road goodies. What I want to find out is, this truck has something special that no other mid-size truck has that we've done here on Rady's Rides. It's got a slick shifting 6-speed manual transmission. So what I want to find out is the Tacoma TRD Pro a better truck with the 6-speed manual or the 6-speed automatic? Let's dive into our electric lime 2022 Tacoma and find out. Right off the bat, TRD Pro brings that extra steroid injection of off-road performance. Now, what you're gonna find is finally on these newer Tacomas, we got full LED lighting. You can see LED headlights, turn signals, daytime running lamps, and I love the way on the passenger side, TRD is illuminated, and on the driver's side, it says Pro. And remember, TRD stands for Toyota Racing Development. Now, working our way down, we do have Rigid Industries LED fog lamps. I'm gonna give it a half a zonk because why do we have just one? I would like to see dual LED fog lamps, especially you can see how bright they are. Rigid Industries, another big name in off-roading. They do some of the best off-road lighting you'll ever find. Now, as we come across the center portion, we have the unique Toyota TRD Pro grille that has the Toyota Heritage badge. Instead of having a Toyota badge, we got the letters spelled out in this dark gunmetal metallic gray finish. You got a forward-facing camera, full functionality, and then working your way down, what do we have on the bottom? TRD Pro specific skid plates all the way back. Gonna give you that nice protection to protect all the inner bits on the bottom side. Plus, you'll notice that extra lift that we have with the Fox suspension, the Fox Racing suspension. Now, when we get up onto the hood, I love the body lines. You are gonna get an anti-glare decal that helps you from when you're on the business end. I do like the way it's got the TRD Pro cut out on the driver's side, and you'll also notice an elevation map design built into the anti-glare flat black. The big zonk is not how sexy this hood is, it's the non-functional hood scoop. Give me a break. Love to see this be functional, especially on a TRD Pro, but it does look pretty damn good. Now, when we come around the bend, what are we working? Wheel and tires. You're gonna be getting BBS wheels, another brand with performance in the wheel category world. TRD in the center. You could see our 4-piston calipers behind the wheel. Love the design of this flat black wheel. What's wrapping around them? Those Goodyear Wrangler off-road tires. Really gives it that protection for the sidewall, but it's also gonna allow you to grapple over the rocks, just like the Gracie family grapples on the mat. This is a 16-inch wheel, and if you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size of this tire? 265 on the width, meaty 70 series sidewall, and this is Kevlar reinforced sidewall. Now, I'm gonna have Steven show off his camera skills, and you'll see all the new suspension bits with the TRD upper control arm, TRD springs, and like I said, we have the Fox Racing suspension. Those are components. That aluminum control arm is a new component for 2022 to give us some extra mobility and height. You're gonna have color match that electric lime green all over all the body parts, LED lighting. I like the way they do the Tacoma badge in flat black, just like the wheels. Even the fender flares, they did a great job without it looking too cheap. Sometimes the fender flares could get too high, the black plastic, but they look nice and rugged and very durable. On the lower side, the one thing that has me scratching my head saying WTF is there's no rock sliders. So if you are gonna take this rock crawling, I would get a set of TRD rock sliders to protect that frame, because it might take a pretty hard hit going over some beefy rocks. Working our way towards the bed, you can see we got those wonderful wheels. Steven's gonna show off the suspension and the frame that the bed sits on. Remember, we have that composite rear bed. So this is rust resistant, corrosion resistant, and dent resistant. On the new Tundra, they finally have a composite rear bed like this one. So glad they got rid of the decal. What they do is they stamp right in the side of that bed. You can see all the sweat coming off of me, TRD Pro. And then dropping our way down, I love the way we have this TRD Pro exhaust tip. Steven's gonna kind of pivot and show the side of it. That's a catback exhaust to let that V6 have a little bit more roar, nothing too crazy. You can see the older style on the taillights. Let me know how you feel about that, if that needs to be changed up. TRD Pro, I know you want a redesign. I'm hoping soon that it happens. It seems that they're working on all their other models, but we got our Toyota badge, that Tacoma stamped in the back. Of course, it's a 4x4. We got our full towing hookups, everything mounted up nice and high out of the mud, out of the dirt. And as we kind of drop down, you could see how they really cleaned up the rear end, especially with the Fox Racing suspension, nothing dangling down. And then why don't we go ahead and open up the tailgate. Soft release, solid tailgate. On the passenger side, I want to show you what's great is that you have that home power source hookup for when you're going camping. Maybe you're taking the dirt bikes out. You'll notice that we have the different ability to slide these for our tie downs. And this is a full composite bed with the liner in there. You're not gonna have to worry about dents. You're not gonna have to worry about corrosion. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and see what's powering our TRD Pro Tacoma. Right, guys, we got the hood popped. You do have a prop rod. A lot of the competition also has prop rods. Underneath the hood, nothing really sexy. The only thing that says TRD is the sticker on the lid for the air box, because you have a special air box and a special TRD air filter in there. But what else do we have going on? You do have that large plastic cover. I wish they would have done something TRD sexy to it, but you know what? It's still a very tried and true, reliable power plant. We have that 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6. So no turbochargers, 278 horsepower, 265 pound-feet of torque. Ours is, like I said, a very rare example, made it to a 6-speed manual. You could also get a 6-speed automatic. With the manual, if you know how to dance on your twinkle toes like Steven does, 0 to 60 in 7.5 seconds. The truck weighs 4,465 pounds, MPGs 17 in the city, 20 on the highway, and the truck can tow up to 6,800 pounds. So even though we're still waiting for a redesign, this still is a very tried and true power plant. The other big zonk when it comes to performance are the drum rear brakes. Kind of crazy that in the year 2022 model year, we are having drum brakes. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire it up, because we got that TRD catback exhaust and hear what this Tacoma sounds like. Hi guys, we're inside this electric lime green. I love saying that. Electric lime green Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro. I know what you're saying to yourself. You're saying, Joe, this truck is killer. I'm loving the color. I love the look. How much is it? So MSRP, the way that this one is optioned, is right around $46,000. Let's see what you get for the money. To the door panels. Simplicity is where it's at. So you're gonna get neoprene material with a semi-soft armrest Everything else is flat black, and yes, the door panel is very dated because the last time they did a redesign was back in like 2016. The only thing you're going to be able to put in that door pocket is our 2 bottles of Barks root beer. No ability to put an Arby's roast beef and cheddar sandwich in there, so that is going to be a little bit of a zonk. Going from the door panel to the dash, more of that neoprene material, and like I said, just like the door panel, it is dated, so we are anxiously waiting for the redesign. Now, you do have an 8-inch infotainment system, and it is integrated very cleanly into the dash. It's the older operating software. It's not what you see on the new Tundra and the new Lexus products, but you have navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Let me throw it into reverse for you. Not the best resolution. It's sort of like somebody took Vaseline and smeared it on your glasses, and that's what you're looking at. But we do have 360, and you do have the trajectory lines, which is really nice. And then you're right back to where you started. You have your 3 stages of heated seats, your blue LED light for your dual climate control, so that's really nice. Here's the knob to go from 2-wheel drive to 4 high and 4 low. AC controls, we could slide electrically the rear glass window. You do have a USB-A and a 12 volt, so that's great. The other piece of great news, wireless charging. And then check this out, you got the Millennial anti-theft device. This is that 6-speed manual transmission. It's got a TRD shift knob. I wish it wasn't just plastic. I wish there was a little bit more of this leather material, but it's an actual 6-speed long truck style throw. So don't think that this is some kind of short, throw shifter. I do like the massive shift boot. This is probably the largest shift boot I've ever seen in my life, but it actually has nice crisp engagement, and it's easy to find each of the gears. And wait until we go on throttle. That's going to be a lot of fun. 2 cup holders. If you want to see the key fob, this is what you get. You get an actual key. So it's a key with the fob built in, but you do have a key ignition. No push button start. Fire it up. 2 cup holders. Good old mechanical e-brake. Rubbermaid on the armrest, and it's not very soft, so that's definitely going to be a zonk. Open it up. Here's another rarity. This has the optional safe, and this is perfect for if you want to put your family jewels in there. Nobody will touch your family jewels unless you want them to. And it depends. Some people want their family jewels touched more than others. Maybe one day I'll tell you about me, but not today. Seats, the leather, the TRD Pro embroidery is nice. You got this grippy style material all the way down with the red stitching. Manual seat controls for the passenger. I have electric assist over here as the driver. Plus, you get a standard size sunroof, which is nice. But why don't you get your butt over here? I want to show you behind the wheel of this TRD Pro. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You do get Tacoma TRD Pro specific all-weather floor mats. That's worth an additional 5 horsepower per mat. And then another thing you don't really see many times on a Tacoma TRD Pro are the 3 pedals: clutch, brake, and throttle. And then you got your seat controls, especially that lower lumbar. That's what I love. Makes my lower back feel oh so good. Even though it's a mid-size truck, got plenty of room, but like we pointed out with the other parts of the interior, it is a little dated. Steering wheel, definitely feeling dated. Would be nice to have some TRD goodness on here, especially like with this regular Toyota badge, but it is manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel, which is nice. And then you do have the old school gauges. I like old school. You have the analog tach, analog speedometer, coolant gauge, and fuel gauge. And then you do have a 4.2-inch digital display in the center. And it does show, if you notice, pitch and roll. So a lot of you are used to, playing with things that are 4 inches in size. That screen will work perfect for you, especially since you're used to that size. But other than that, lots of space in here. Let's get to the back seat, because I know sometimes midsize can be cramped. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, back seat time. And I'm sorry to say, there's really not much to talk about back here. Don't expect a lot. And it's surprising because this is a Tacoma TRD Pro. I mean, TRD Pro means a lot. Backs of the seat, you have the soft material, but there's no pocket behind the driver's seat. You do have 2 cup holders, but no connectivity. No 2 cans and a string, nothing. I have a pocket over here. This is where I would keep my satellite phone, because if I'm out in the middle of nowhere, I'm gonna want a satellite phone since there's nothing else in this truck. Seats are pretty comfy, I guess. I mean, it's a little claustrophobic back here, but a lot of the midsize trucks are. The only thing is that there's no armrest. So here's my advice, is that if you're gonna be in the back seat with a friend, make sure it's a friend that's weaker than you. And the reason why I say that is because if your arm is getting tired, you wanna rest it somewhere, punch them in the kidney. As they hunch over in pain, that's when you put your arm on top of them. And if they're weaker than you, then you don't have to worry about anything. If they're stronger than you, tables might get turned. But you know what? I'm ready to row through that 6-speed, just like a sailor rows a rowboat. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go on throttle in the Tacoma TRD Pro. All right, guys, we're behind the wheel of this 2022 Toyota TRD Pro Tacoma with the 6-speed manual. Right away, I just love the driving experience behind this Tacoma. Seeing that big bulge hood, having this 6-speed manual. The throws are long, but it does engage very nicely. Clutch action is mild to medium. So it's not a heavy clutch, it's not a light clutch, it's kind of right in that sweet spot overall. It's got a great pickup point to it where it starts to engage. And then, of course, I think the biggest zonk is gonna be just the lack of redesign in the interior. Just like on the exterior, you still got your analog gauges. I'm glad that they went with a color 4.2-inch digital display in the center, and you could take a gander at how I have the roll and pitch mode on to let you see exactly what's happening with the truck while you're off-roading. Toyota knows how to do a truck, and I just wish that this had a little bit better brakes on it, especially with the rears being drums. Kind of crazy that that has not changed, but nobody, including me, is going to argue about this being a reliable, bulletproof truck. Now, compared to, say, a Jeep product like the Wrangler, I do like the way there's a good-sized dead pedal. Seats are comfortable, and getting to everything is well within reach. All right, guys, pulling away from this light. Like I said, the clutch action is great. It makes driving the Tacoma TRD Pro even that much more fun with the 6-speed manual. The actual shift knob is a little awkward, so I would prefer something maybe more traditional like rather than what they've done with this Tacoma. But very, very smooth, comfortable. It is going to have your usual truck quirks, especially in a truck that's been lifted like this one has. So it does have a little bit of a bouncy feel to it when you're driving down the road. Nothing too crazy, but visibility is awesome. And it's going to be interesting to see where they take the next design, the next generation of the Tacoma. But having the 6-speed allows you to just have a little bit more connected feel with the truck. And the naturally aspirated 6-cylinder, it pulls pretty well through the whole rev range. As you get closer to redline, it starts to run out of steam. So there's really no need to rev it all the way out to 6,300 RPM. I've been shifting, if I've been going on throttle, I've been shifting around 5,800, maybe 6,000 just for the heck of it. But like I said, whether you're going up or down, it really is a nice, solid gearbox, that's for sure. I mean, you can see the torque that you get. Right now I'm in third. I'm gonna drop it down to second here, and then we're gonna go on throttle from a roll. So slowing down, on throttle, here we go. So you're getting a nice, decent sound out of the catback exhaust, that TRD catback exhaust. And you have a meaty torque curve, which is really great. So I do like that. Great towing potential for a mid-size truck. Visibility is also done right as well. All right, guys, I want to do an acceleration test from a dead stop. I shut the traction control off. Obviously, we're in first gear. Are you ready? I'm ready. On throttle, here we go, yeah! Nice! A chirping tire is a happy tire. So you can see it actually accelerates pretty well from a dead stop. Obviously that's not what is meant for this truck, but really just allows you, like I said, to be able to have it your way with the 6-speed manual. All right, guys, once again, we're gonna go on throttle on this side road here. If you're ready, I'm ready. Here we go. On throttle, here we go, yeah! Nice. So, like I was saying, I think the torque, the way that this is naturally aspirated, especially if you're comparing it to, say, a Ford Ranger with the turbocharged power plant, I do like the torque delivery of this V6. Plus, like I said, it's bulletproof. I mean, this thing is gonna take a licking and keep on ticking. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. I think the manual just raises the cool factor with this Tacoma. I mean, you're not going to be missed in it, especially in this electric lime green color. But just waiting for something to happen with a redesign, just like many of you are. All right, guys, I found this little dirt area where I live. This is just scratching the surface, but definitely wanted to put it into 4x4 and do a little off-roading in this Tacoma TRD Pro. To put it into 4 high, you're just gonna take that mode wheel and go from 2 to 4 high. Obviously, there's also 4 low. And if you're ready, I'm definitely ready. We're going in first gear. Here we go. On throttle, yeah! Nice, look at this. Woo! Great suspension travel, especially with the way that they reworked the control arms, the upper control arms with those aluminum pieces. You got plenty of ground clearance. All right, guys, here we go again. First gear, on throttle. Woo! Through that sand, through the ruts. Picking up some speed. And the truck is such a good size. All right, guys, one more time for you. Definitely one more time for me. On throttle, here we go. Yeah. Love the manual, look at this. Woo! Nice. All right, guys, time to get back onto the paved tarmac. Rolling out in 4 high. Here we go. On throttle. No chirping there. Just a fun truck. Just a fun truck that's gonna treat you right. All right, guys, if you're ready, I'm ready. Here we go. Making a U-turn. A lot easier to make a U-turn in this compared to, say, a Nissan Frontier, that's for sure. And I don't know, I just feel like you're part of this club with other, not only Tacoma TRD Pros, but also the full lineup. 4Runner, Sequoia, the whole 9 yards. Really allows you to have that enthusiast level grade of off-road capability and durability. All right, guys, pulling away from this light, making another U-turn. On throttle. Nice. I do enjoy driving this truck even more, of course, with this manual transmission. It really just allows that connection that an automatic just doesn't cut it. Now, to be fair, I would probably, if I was gonna do a lot of heavy rock crawling, if you had that capability in your area, or if you were gonna go to locations and do a lot of rock crawling, it might be better to have the automatic, but definitely in any type of desert running or trail riding or anything like that, the manual really is a sweetheart. And when you're daily driving it, it's a piece of cake. Now, when you're driving down the highway, you are gonna get the usual road noise and wind noise that you would expect from a lifted truck with a little bit more aggressive off-road tire. But if this is the type of truck that you're looking for, you've already understood that. And of course, it's always gonna be a compromise. You can't have ultimate off-road tires and then have something that's on the highway that's totally silent. That it just doesn't work that way. But I'm hoping that this has been a nice overall review of the 2022 Tacoma TRD Pro. We're gonna get back to where it all started and wrap this one up, so I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been one crazy kind of day with this electric lime green Tacoma TRD Pro. I definitely gotta thank Zach and the whole team over at Toyota for allowing us access to this particular truck with the 6-speed manual transmission. Let me know what you think. Is this the best 6-cylinder, 6-speed manual mid-size truck? Are you gonna go with one of the other brands? And if you go the Tacoma, are you gonna hashtag save the manuals and go with that 6-speed? Let me know in the comment section. But until we meet another day and another filming location, if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. I'll come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Ladies Rides family. We got to give it up to Stephen Flood of Stephen Flood Photography. He's doing the business. He's got his off-road knee pads on for this pickup truck review. Thank you, Stephen, for going to the extremes and no matter what you need to do for Ladies Rides. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.